Donald Trump wanted India to blink. Prime Minister Modi didn't even flinch. When Donald Trump brings the heat, the world usually folds. But this time, India held its ground. No blink, no bow, just one message from the Prime Minister: India's interests come first. Modi is standing up to Trump. No trade concessions, no pressure accepted. It is Modi versus Trump. The trade showdown has begun. And we are not giving up on our friendship with Russia either. Something that is irritating Mr. Trump no end.
India has been a good friend, but India has charged basically more tariffs than almost any other country.
हमारे नौजवानों के रोजगार, इनका हित हमारे लिए सर्वोपरि है।
Hello viewers, welcome to this episode of Homework. I am your host on CNN News 18, Aman Sharma.
भारत भी दुनिया की तीसरी सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बनने जा रहा है। इसलिए भारत को भी अपने आर्थिक हितों को लेकर सजग रहना ही है।
In Varanasi on Saturday, PM Modi sent a loud and clear message from the heart of India. India is set to become the world's third largest economy, Mr. Modi said, and we must stay vigilant. Our farmers, small industries and youth, their interests are supreme, said the Prime Minister. This came just days after Donald Trump dropped a trade bomb. 25% tariffs on Indian imports starting August 7th, plus an unspecified penalty.
They don't do very much business in terms of business with us. They sell a lot to us, but we don't buy from them. You know why? Because the tariff is so high. They have one of the highest tariffs in the world.
Why? He says India's tariffs are too high. He also said India was a dead economy. Modi replied on Saturday in Varanasi. India is on the way to become the world's third largest economy, Mr. Modi said. And it didn't stop here. Trump also slammed India's ties with Russia, especially defense purchases and energy imports. He said they are Russia's largest energy buyer along with China. At a time when the world wants Russia to stop the killing in Ukraine, this is what Trump says. Over the weekend came some news that Indian firms had stopped buying Russian oil. Trump then said it is a good step. But soon India clarified that it was not the case. Indian oil refiners continue to source oil from Russian suppliers. Yes, the supplies have dropped somewhat in the month of July. But these supply decisions are guided by price, the grade of crude, inventories, logistics, and other economic factors. It is very much clear. Indian-Russian equation is here to stay. What's more, India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar could be visiting Russia this month. This is bound to irritate Mr. Trump even more. India wants S-400 defense systems from Russia and maybe Russia's Su-57 fighter jets too. Trump wanted to sell American F-35s to India, but Modi has shown no interest so far. Here is what the government has said officially. India and Russia have a steady and time-tested partnership. Our bilateral relationships with various countries stand on their own merit and should not be seen from the prism of a third country, read the US. These are strong words to exhibit the India-Russia friendship. What's more, Russian President Vladimir Putin will be in India in the next few months, his first visit since 2021. And for Trump, India had a simple message that India-US relations have endured several challenges and transitions. But Trump is upset for many reasons, and one of them is the stalled trade deal. Trump said, India is our friend, but their trade barriers are strenuous and obnoxious. But Delhi isn't backing down. Top government sources say no concessions on agriculture, no opening dairy to American firms, and no to genetically modified crops or beef-based dairy. India is firm. Farmers' interest is paramount. No non-veg milk will be allowed, and no compromise on religious sentiments or small industries. Well, let's break it down. Agriculture might be under 20% of India's GDP, but nearly half the population depends on it. That's a massive vote bank. Remember the farm law protests in 2021? Well, the government does, because it had to repeal the 3 farm laws after massive protests. It's a lesson that still echoes in Delhi's corridors of power. No ruling party wants to alienate the farmer vote. That's not just economics, it's plainly politics. This time, the government is drawing a clear Lakshman Rekha. No foreign pressure. National interest first. Will the 25% tariff even hurt? Well, experts say barely. It is not that bad. The GDP loss may not exceed 0.2%. Bilateral trade is still strong at $132 billion. India's exports to the US actually grew 11.6% last year. Exports will take a minor hit, but not a full collapse. In short, it is manageable. India's nominal GDP is over 330 lakh crore rupees. A 0.2% hit, well, that's within control, so it is manageable. Minimal. Not a panic moment, certainly. So what now? Trade deal talks are still on. The bigger issue here is the stalled trade deal. Talks have been going on since last November. In fact, at one point, there was a real hope of a breakthrough. An interim deal was almost finalized in June. But then came Trump's tariff hammer. US Trade Representative Jamieson Greer said, "We've always had constructive talks with India, but we want market access in sensitive sectors." Well, that's code for let us into your dairy and agriculture markets. India said no. Trump got angry and turned up the heat, and now we are here. Well, sources say a mini deal may still be inked by September or October. Only then will the 25% tariff be up for review.
यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के साथ भी अच्छी बातचीत चल रही है। अक्टूबर नवंबर 2025 उसमें हम एक अच्छा करार यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका के साथ भी अवश्य करेंगे।
Till then, it's a test of resolve. Modi is playing it cool and playing for the long game. This isn't just a tariff fight. It's about self-respect, self-reliance, and India's economic sovereignty. Call it protectionist or call it strategic self-reliance, India is increasingly drawing lines in the sand. The government says no trade deal is worth selling out our farmers. It is MSMEs now over MNCs, farmers over foreign agribusiness, cultural values over corporate pressure. And the government is betting that the Indian voter backs this vision. The big question now, will Trump double down or will he back off once the deal's on the paper? What's clear is that India won't trade away its core interests for a few $1 billion. No deal on dairy, no GM crops, no surrender. What do you think? Should India hold firm or bend for trade? Well, drop your views in the comments, like, share and subscribe for more. That is all in this week's edition of Homework. Join me next week for much more.